Alright, welcome to my first official devlog on this game that I'm doing. It's kind of about like these western, it's just like a Wild West deal. So, we've got these guys here who are protecting this area, this territory over there that we have to capture. Once we kill these 5 guys over here, we will own that territory and it'll spawn ammo for us. So in the future, the idea is that in the game you would be able to capture territory in order to get resources, faction or clan or whatever you want to call it. And so now you'll see that it starts to spawn these resources, and these guys will actually steal them. Anyway, the idea is you capture areas. So for example, in the game, maybe you have like a train station, and the idea is whoever owns the train station gets, you know, the resources that the train is bringing in, even if like for example the train, the owner of the train doesn't necessarily want to give you those resources. So let's add some more cover here. Let's add some more agents, some more cover. Let's see how that looks. Alright, so I've got these barrels here, and these are already set up for cover, but it's kind of boring if we just use barrels the whole time, so I'm going to add some more environmental props. And I've got a lot of assets, as you can see, from Synty Studios, which make polygon style assets. And the reason I use Synty Studios is because they have so many different packs that if you want to prototype or make your game with their stuff, then you're going to have a lot of stuff to choose from. So let's go to their prefabs, and we can do a crate or a chest, I guess. That's small. That's a bit better, but like I don't have anything on my cover agents that would detect whether or not they can fire from behind a cover, so it's not ideal. Ideally, it would be on its side. Oops, wrong axis. So even on its side, it's too tall, right? Yeah, that's not gonna let our guy shoot from behind it, so that's too big. This is too small. See if we can't find something better than these. Wood pile's too small. The trough doesn't quite work. I know we've got walls, so let's find walls. Uh-oh, they're not named walls. Let's try buildings, and they should be from the building. Right, we've got some of these walls. That'll probably work. We'll put it down a little bit. Alright, and that should do it. So I don't have anything on my animations either, like an IK target for them to aim at. So they'll do whatever's in their animation for shooting, and they'll just aim at the level that the animation has them aiming at, but they'll aim it at whatever their target is, so at least they'll do that. Alright, so I'm going to put a box collider on there, and because it's got the mesh renderer on there, it's going to automatically set that box collider up for me nicely. And then I need to put a nav mesh obstacle on here, because if not, these guys will run straight through, well, they'll try to run straight through the object, and it looks real stupid. I'm going to put this on the cover layer. I'm going to add a cover component and put the mesh render in there so that the cover component knows what this looks like. And I'm going to put 12 spots behind here. So that is, it's going to create 12 potential spots around the cover, but the max usable spots is 1. So we could only have one agent at this cover at a time. And we'll rotate it towards the player, and we can duplicate it. we'll use the snap to put them together. We'll create 3 and then we can just duplicate the 3 together. Alright, so that one popped up, and there we are. Let's grab that first one, put these all together. Okay, we'll put that there, and we'll put, let's say, 2 more cover agents in there, and these guys all have this script that I've got, which is like gives you a random model to choose from. So ideally they don't all look the same. Let's just say that this is active at the start and see what happens. Let's see if it changes the business. Actually, we'll do it in the prefab so it does it for all of them. So what I'm trying to do is get all these guys to look different. So I'm going to their prefab, and I'm going to put the active model that they have on there into the active at start and see if that doesn't automatically change what they look like. No, it doesn't. I don't know if that's because I didn't save the prefab, because these guys aren't. Yep, they are. So I need to. The problem is I made these scripts like a year ago, so sometimes I don't know what my own stuff is doing, and obviously that's a big problem. But and then I work on 2 different computers, so I've got different states where obviously I should be using Unity Cloud, but I'm not because I'm stupid. So what I'm typically doing is I'll do a git, and then if I'm moving to a different computer, usually I'll put the git on the other computer. I'll load, I'll import the new assets or whatever. But I haven't done that recently, so I've got this kind of these outdated scripts. Alright, anyway, so these guys are all going to look the same, but that's fine for now. We'll grab one of these cowboys at least, and we'll throw one of these guys over here. Be good if you were above ground. Okay, and we will change the radius in which he looks for cover, and we're going to say that he goes, yeah, that's good. So he'll go close to his target, so he'll try to get the cover closest to his target. Alright, put that guy there, and we'll put one over here, and we'll see how that looks now. And let's take a look at what these guys are doing as far as their. So some of them are going as far away from the target as possible, and some are going as close to the target as possible. One is going as close to himself as possible. So actually I'm going to reduce the radius in which they check for cover to 4. And I'll put these guys manually next to cover, because sometimes you just don't want them to be super dynamic. And this guy will stay at this cover pretty much always. Okay, so let's check that out. Alright, so these guys are obviously coming to cover. They'll duck down behind cover, but like you see, some guys target you, and some guys, well, that guy's even targeting me. Okay, but like this guy and that guy, for example, they're still looking around. Like, I've got these guys set up so that they automatically have a target when they start the game. But okay, now these guys are finally targeting me. So they do have something on them. They have an event where if you're within a certain distance, they will, and you shoot or you make some kind of noise, then they'll target you. So obviously, you saw before that I've got like this maximum number of spots that can be taken, but it doesn't work because I've got the semaphore set up wrong. Like there's no locking mechanism where, I shouldn't say that, there's kind of a locking mechanism, because it does say, like, okay, if there's someone there, then you shouldn't allow other agents to look for this cover. However, when an agent is moving, even if he's moving within the same cover, he releases his spot, and it allows other agents to take that spot. And so, because we're using the nav mesh, Unity's built-in nav mesh, they'll set their target as being that cover spot, even though it's not available. So I've got to have like a thing that kind of says, like, don't even go near this cover if there's a maximum number of agents there, because it does look really bad. Okay. Anyway, you can see some of these guys going through the ground, but they do steal your ammo, and I fixed that from about an hour ago. An hour ago, they weren't even doing that, so we're sort of making progress. The scope of this game is too huge, though. Obviously, this isn't something that I'm trying to release anytime soon or ever. It's just, you know, kind of a fun project that I do for myself. As far as fixes for next time, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm trying to get this shotgun to do like a burst in the center of the screen, as opposed to that flat all over that one x-axis. Like you see, it just comes out in a flat line, like right here. And ideally, it comes out in a circle. So, anyway, any suggestions? If anyone ever watches this channel, let me know what you think in